And there we go. Just like that, we start another live. We have some more fun here at Siser, and I'm really excited for this week because I have another special guest hanging out. So we're gonna shake off all the nerves for a minute. But I also, as you guys know, this is the final Master Crafter live / week. So we went through a few different people. All of our graphics team has gotten involved to be highlighted once a week to do really, really fun projects, really fun crafts. But you also are getting a chance in these videos to learn a little bit more about the people that work here and that supply so much of what you see Siser do on a regular basis. You get to see them. We're highlighting them as well. So this is no exception. We have the leader of the graphics team that's going to be joining here in a second. And listen, I'm going to say this up front. She got a little taste for a live because she got to hang out. Anna was gone one day. Anna was gone one day. No, so she got to hang out in the corner of the room, have some fun, watch how the lives work. So we're going to have some fun on doing this really cool project. I'm excited to show it to you guys. But as you know, as people are chiming in already, we're going to go over to YouTube. We're going to be going over to Facebook, seeing what you guys are saying, where you're watching in from, and then obviously introduce the room, and we're going to hop right into this week. So with that said, I'm going to go around the room first. You guys already know, making us all look good in front of the camera, working 1s, 2s, the 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, and I mean, there's a bunch of stuff he's got going on over there. Everybody say hi to Trev. Say hi, Trev.
Hello.
That was down a hole. Hello. Yeah, that's what it is. He's cave diving right now. And then, with no exception, you see him in the comments. You see his comments. You see his words. The sultry pipes. I mean, the dude could literally be writing R&B songs the way that he writes. So obviously, the captain of captions. Ooh, that was a new one. Yes. Caption of captions. The wizard with words. The sultan of syllables. The gatekeeper of grammatical errors. Well, at least for me, stops me from making grammatical errors. It's Adam. Say hi, Adam.
Hey, everyone.
And I mean, I feel like we never give her an introduction, and we need to probably do an introduction, which I feel bad.
What's about that?
Yeah. So the one that keeps our social platforms looking super crispy all the time, color coordinating, making sure content all looks great. Even some of the partners that we deal with, she's like, no, it's got to look good on the grid. The one keeping us all in check on a daily basis. And the maestro for the evening is...
Hi, Anna.
Is Anna. So let's go over really quickly just to kick this off. Let's hop into Facebook, see who's watching in. I'm going to go over to YouTube as well, see who's popping in there as well. As I said, it's well twice, no big deal. And then we're going to hop into the project. So let's hop over to Facebook.
People upstairs hanging out in the comments. We've also got...
Hello.
Jody... Pam's upstairs,
Hey.
April Rhodes, Andrew Biggs just chimes in.
Nice.
And Elaine, she says hi to Trevor and Adam and everyone else.
Awesome. And you said, I think today too, we also have a special guest monitoring comments today.
We do.
On the SNA channel is our very own Maya hanging out too, the one that leads us all on the marketing team into existence and makes all of this stuff happen, keeps us all under control most of the time, but is monitoring over on SNA. So you got a ton of people that's over on Facebook that's able to monitor from our team here as well. So if you have any questions during the live, make sure to ask them so we can get those questions answered. And then we're going to hop over into the YouTubes really quick. We got a hello to everyone from Roseanne Heller. Hello. Kristen Senchi's in here. Carol Lucy, I think it is, or Luce is in here. Nestor Reyes is in here. DB is in here. We got a lot of regs, a lot of the regulars in here. So that's awesome. Thank you guys so much. As I say, for most of the lives that we've done here as of recently, make sure that somewhere down here in the video, on one corner of the video, I'll get to that 1 second, Anna, because I saw that face, somewhere is a share button. Make sure that you hit the share button, share it over into your groups, share it over in with all of your friends. We want people to be able to watch us because not only are we showing a cool product today, but we're showing a process. And that's what I'm really excited about, is when we can really kind of teach you and walk you through a process of a project. It gives you a lot of knowledge and hopefully a lot of education on how to do these things so you can do them for yourself. But also in this case today, I mean, we're literally like beautifying the home. So we'll go to that in 1 second. What's up, Anna?
Jody just kindly pointed out that you're not wearing a hat right now.
I mean, if there's anything that can make me more nervous in the entire world, is somebody pointing out that I'm not wearing a hat. So I'm just kidding. No, but today I decided, I said, you know what? Well, not only is it Emily's week, so I'm trying to clean up my act this week, all right? Because I'm trying to be respectful of our guests, but also we're shooting YouTube videos today, so I don't want to wear a hat during the YouTube video. But do we have any quick questions before we get started? Anything on all platforms?
Just one more thing to share this live right now and spread the word.
That's it. Share it, share it, share it. It's easy peasy. All right, so let's get into the live. Let's start making some fun stuff. You ready? You ready, Freddie? Well, not Freddie. I'll be Patrick. It doesn't matter. Anyways, it is this week's Master Crafter, the one, the only, Emily. Woohoo! Hello, hello, hello. All right, so the first thing I want to do, because we're going to get into a lot of stuff when we do these projects, but I want to show this thing, because I thought it was super awesome sauce, what you made. So we'll put that in the front, and you can kind of explain to us, like, what this is exactly, and then also I know you have I know you like doing this type of stuff, so maybe you can explain a little bit about it, too.
Yeah, so I really honestly made this with the intention of hanging it in my own home. I'm not going to lie.
We do projects here for personal all the time, so it's good.
I am very minimalistic and indecisive with designs that I either wear myself or I, hang up and display. So I wanted to make sure I had something that was a very neutral vibe, and I just thought, I came from the PSV background. I worked in the car wrap industry, so I really wanted to just do a big old PSV Romeo project.
Nice. And is this the first one, remind me too, is this the first one of the Master Crafter series that did PSV, right?
Yes. No one else did PSV.
Nice. You see that? And an individual. I like it. I like it. But the cool part is, too, and the most important part, not only is it an awesome design, there was also I think for the photo, too, which you guys will see, put LEDs behind it so it really illuminates, but he's also a coffee freak too, so that's also why it's important, I think.
I wouldn't say freak.
All right, whatever. You know what? I'm just making stuff up and putting it on you. All right, so I'm going to put that right there. I think what we're going to do now, you guys obviously know, and one thing that we do with everybody is we make sure that we make a project and we give it as part of the giveaway. Hint, hint, you guys already know there's a giveaway, but we've scaled this down for everyone to make it easy, right? Cool,
yes.
Cool. So we're going to be doing a couple different projects. Maybe we should just do the two that are in there, but you already got some cuts done too.
Yep.
Sweet, sweet. All right. So kind of explain what we're going to be doing in this project, what PSV we're using, as well as just the project in general.
Okay, so all of this is matte black PSV. It's just one simple application. You don't have to worry about layering. You don't have to worry about color choice. And I wanted to invert it because I realized you get so much more usage out of the material this way.
Yeah.
You have such little waste. And that to me is huge because I hate throwing things out. It kills me a bit. You can see I love plants.
Yeah.
So
what I like too is that it's a different take. Because personally for me, if you said, hey, make this exact same thing, I would have not inverted it. I would have just obviously stuck the plant vector on there. So I love the fact that you have now a little bit of pass through. Even on the overhead cam, it's kind of cool up against any type of colored background as well, because you also are seeing that color of the background. So if you guys remember Andrew's week, he was showing us a project where he was using basically the material that he was applying to as like that color pop through the design itself. You're doing the exact same thing. It's just we're not doing heat transfer this time. It's kind of any environment that it's set in can really also add color and depth and dimension to it, which I love. All right, cool. So why don't we do this? Why don't we start unpacking all of this stuff? Because I'm going to kind of take your lead a little bit. I know that you have some to weed out, but what I'll do first while you're unpacking, let me go into software really quick. We'll show them quickly how to size these as well, because you also told me that we, obviously, as we know, there's a little bit of dead space around it too. Mm-hmm. So we'll go kind of through that process, and then we'll make them.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yep.
All right, cool, cool. Shift them. Oh, yeah, for sure. All right, cool. So you start unpacking those, and then, Trev, I'm just working in software right now, so feel free to bounce back and forth. Did you have something, Anna?
No, I was like how she chose which plants are those plants you actually have or your favorites.
Yeah.
And then...
They're all just common house plants. I do have some of them. I don't have a monstera yet. I would like one. Most of my plants, actually, funny enough, are clippings off of Maya's plants. So
really?
Shout out to Maya for providing me with so many.
Nice. Very, very cool. Yeah, if you ever get an opportunity to travel to SNA, there's plants everywhere in the office, but I feel like Maya's office is very much like the plant central. If you need something, you go and grab like a seed from her plants, or you go and grab one of hers and just steal them. Anyway, what's up?
And somebody else I'm gonna be really cool to do this project with like a picture of your pet
Ooh,
Mhm.
I like
in
that
that
a
same
lot.
style. And then we had one more question.
Yeah, go for it.
If any of us here remember, where did we get these acrylic signs?
These were off of Amazon.
All right, Amazon it is, people.
There you go.
They also work well for the etch tool.
Ooh,
So,
nice. All right.
That may have been their original intent.
But we figured it out though. Okay, so you already told me kind of a general size because we have about a 1/4 inch margin around the entire design itself. So what I did is inside Leonardo Design Studio right now, Emily's already put these in. Keyworded them a little bit differently, but obviously that'll change as we go through. But if you search Emily's live, are we going to change them? We're not changing them, right?
So I have houseplants.
Okay,
if you search
houseplants.
houseplants, there's about 10 or 11 of them
Okay,
total.
perfect.
They just aren't inverted with this black box around them.
Okay, got it. But good news is that you can also search right now in Leonardo Emily's live as well, and they'll pop up. That's how I searched them, anyways, because that's what she told me.
That's what I told you.
All right, so do a very important, obviously, prep for these. So maybe kind of explain as you're going through those. And what I'm going to do while Emily is starting to prep all of our stuff to be done, I'm just going to run an extra cut on these just in case, because like anything pressure sensitive vinyl, sometimes once it sticks, it sticks. So I'm just making sure that we have a couple extras as well. So, okay. Now, you said obviously you come from the car wrap world. So explain to people kind of how you got into graphic design. And then I know you obviously as a car wrap person and somebody that does custom boards and stuff. So definitely go over that with the folks too. They'd be really interested to hear it.
Okay, so there are honestly a couple of things, ironically, that kind of tied me into this industry. And the first was that my dad actually works in the car decal world,
Okay.
I'd say. So
Nice.
every once in a while as a kid, he would bring me home any scraps that they were
Yeah.
going to throw out of PSV that they had there. And given this is automotive grade PSV,
Mhm.
so it was awesome to play around with. And then eventually I got a cutting machine to use. And along the same time that that happened, I got my first job after college as a graphic designer for a car wrap shop.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what was it that kind of got you, like, why did you want to do graphic? What was it about graphic that got you excited when you
Ooh,
first started?
I just really love having the creative aspect to a job. It's
Mhm.
very fulfilling and rewarding.
Yeah.
And I, wasn't sure at all what I wanted to do growing up. I think I wanted to do too many things. And I think
That's how
I
I
literally
was,
said
too.
that exact sentence
Yeah.
in my video,
Yeah.
which is funny. But yeah, I'd say it just opens the doors for so many different things. Every day I work here is different, and I have an awesome team, and it's just so much fun. It doesn't feel like a job at all.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so for the car wrap, what would you say is something that you learned? Because obviously doing graphics, like flat graphic, is really simplistic. It's well, not simple for all people, but it's simple to create for a graphic artist. But being able to do an actual car wrap, you have to think about the contour and the convex of the vehicle
Oh,
when you are
yeah.
doing your graphics. So kind of go through that process a little bit.
It definitely taught me to measure twice, cut once, because when you're working with $1,000 wraps, you
Yeah.
don't want to mess that up.
Well, and that's also something I think that people commonly mistake. Like sometimes they see really beautiful wrap cars, and then they go to a store and they find our stuff for a few bucks a sheet, and they assume that that's not only is it the same type of material it can be used, but I think that people don't understand how expensive that process
yeah.
is too. Yeah, so $1,000. So the average wrap you would say is right around $1,000 to
Oh,
be done,
it's
or
so
can it go way
different.
way higher than that?
Way, way higher. I
Really?
did bus wraps and semi trucks, and it's as big or small as you want it to be, really.
All right, follow up question. What is the largest, not only that you had to design for, but also have wrapped? Because did you wrap as well?
So I would do very small applications. I didn't do too much of the wrapping, but I would do a lot of magnets
Okay.
and alu panel signs and things of that nature mostly.
Nice, that's awesome. So, do we have any questions coming out right now on Facebook? Any big ones that are coming? Okay. Awesome. Oh, here's a good one. Sizing of your graphics. So that's a really good one. So when you are designing something for say, and I'm just gonna throw them out because I don't do car wrap itself. But say I'm doing a smaller vehicle and then I have to scale that same design to fit like a 24-foot box truck. What are things that you have to think about in the process of doing that?
Sure.
That was a really good question, actually.
If you get a really good picture, you really only need one measurement to be able to scale that whole thing up. Because you think about it, you're like, oh, I need to measure, 50 things to make sure I scale everything proportionately. But if you take one flat picture of that truck and then you make sure you put a credit card on it, you mask that credit card and you say, okay, it's this size, then you blow it up, everything's to scale. And then you have your template to mock it up.
That's actually I didn't know that because when we had Cortez on, he kind of explained the wall wall painting that he did upstairs, and his was a little bit obviously a different technique of that. But that's actually really I've never thought about that. But also again, I don't do car wraps too myself. So all right, you also fun fact soccer player, and also coach soccer. Well, you used to coach soccer, right? Or you're still coaching now?
I'm taking a break right now. Definitely want to get back to it.
It's a leap year, really. It's like the leap year of soccer. No big deal. That's cool. So let's go fun facts then. 3 fun facts about yourself. Obviously, I just named literally 2 of them, but 3 fun facts about yourself for the audience.
Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. First one. I am half Mexican. Nice. Most of my family actually lives in Mexico.
Okay.
And we can communicate through Facebook, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
They'll be able to watch this in their free time if they're not already on.
Yeah. Tell them that you were going live today.
I told my mom, and she's pretty good about being on Facebook, so I'm sure she spread the word.
Hi, Mom. All right, so I'm cutting these ones out right now. Oh, wait. That was 1. Go over the other 2.
Oh, my gosh. I don't think I'm that fun.
No, you're fun.
Do you know how many pieces of artwork you have in Leonardo?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. I'd say well over 1,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, and I also get to call you out now, too. The holographic eclipse patterns, that's her work. That's her. Because she wasn't here, though, when we did the launch day itself. She wasn't in office, so I wanted to make sure I called her out and embarrassed her for it because they were awesome. Anyway, go on, Adam.
Only has 1,549 designs in Leonardo.
Ooh, there you
go. So that shows you how much artwork is in Leonardo right now. Well, did you include these 2? You might have to add 2 more to that to count now.
Add 2 more to that.
Yeah, there you go. So not only do you get to see her now, but you've been using her artwork, and the rest of the team as well. But you've been using a lot of Emily's artwork as well, not even realizing who the culprit was, if you will. All right, so let's go ahead. I got these cut up, but you also have some cuts over there too. So, sorry, I'm very rude. Pick your weapon of choice.
I got it.
Okay, cool. You got that one. And you can also pick your weapon of choice. This one's a little tattered, but it's up to you.
Then I will take the untattered one.
And then you can feel free. If for whatever reason the cut didn't come out as desirable, we can always go to the other ones that we have. But, okay, cool. And then again, just for anybody that's a late arrival to the live itself, this is just the matte black Easy PSV Starling by Siser. This is one of our materials themselves. Oop, and I cut a cavity out on accident. See, that's my fault. Anna, what's up?
No, I was just going to say I asked the audience if they've tried the new holographic eclipse patterns, and a shout out to Avery Dennison for their collaboration on this new material that is dishwasher safe.
Yes.
Not that we'll be washing these, but you can put it on things that are washable.
I like. All right, I got the ficus Elastica. What did you get?
I got the snake plant.
Snake plant. Nice. All right, cool. And just so you guys know too, we made an adjustment to the camera, so I know that it might be upside down on the overhead today or right now, but we will flip it around here in a second so that you guys can obviously see the design itself. Over on YouTube, while you're going around, let's see.
Do reverse weeding. Would this be a time to do that? Or
Absolutely.
not?
I think that this would be a great time to do it. So what I can do is I can leave the rest of my text because that's really the only area where it has those small cavities that you don't want to pop out. Nice. And this will be a great opportunity to show how that can help us in this situation.
Sweet. All right. Well, thanks to Anna for, again, the maestro of the evening, saying reverse weeding. I don't even know if I brought transfer tape. There might be some right out there. You might have to ask Leona, but if not, yeah, I was just looking in this box from the other week to see if we had any. I totally forgot the transfer tape for BSV. So no big deal. We'll be right back after these messages. No, what's up, Adam? Did you have something?
Somebody was asking, and it's actually a good question. If these are like acrylic displays, right? These guys
Yes.
up here. Could they be put on like a light up base and have it light up as well?
I'd imagine.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we do have one that was on a light up base. It wasn't the size to be able to fit this exact one, but they absolutely do sell those. They're really
Nice.
cool.
Very cool. And then I also saw somebody in the comments too, for anybody that's looking for them, if you find them on Amazon, awesome, but Michael's does have multiple sizes of them as well, if you need it. Nice.
One shot.
That's all right. That's all. Listen,
One opportunity.
like Eminem, I only need one shot, one opportunity.
Here.
Oh yeah, sorry, we might have to go through. All right, so we got our transfer tape now. We can finish up our weeding, and then we can get into the application. Because how did you do your application? Did you do parchment application?
I just used
used
the
that? Okay.
yeah, the paper to do the hinge method.
Perfect. So why don't you do that? Well, you'll do hinge, and then I'll grab parchment, and then I'll show them with the parchment paper as well, if that works.
That
I'm
works
just getting
for
all
me.
the sticky stuff off of my hands now. Very cool. And if you guys still have questions, make sure that you're chiming in. Again, for anybody that's late, this is the Master Crafter, the final week of Master Crafter, where we're highlighting Emily and an incredible project that she made. I just want to show this one more time for anybody that's late to the party. But it's a really, really cool project that she made on a very big scale, obviously, for her home. But we're making a smaller one for you because, like anything else, we do giveaways. We like to give you guys fun stuff. And this is no exception. We're going to definitely give these away as well. Let me grab some parchment.
Pam's chiming in saying that the tweezers that we have would also be super great for this project.
Yes, absolutely. That's a really, really good one. Let me see.
See, I never even used a weeder prior to this job. I used an X-Acto knife for
Really?
everything.
For everything?
For everything weeding.
So pretty much what you came in with, I mean, obviously you know how to craft, but what you came in with was good or solid squeegee skills, and then the weeding is what you did more here than you did there.
To an extent, actually, during my working interview there, they did have me weed out
Oh,
this
really?
huge,
Like a giant one?
this huge sheet of like little letters and
Yeah.
things of that nature.
That's awesome. It's kind of like a introduction to the company of like, hey, this is what you're going to be doing,
No, because the funny
or
thing
just to get
is,
an understanding more so.
I had told them I know how to weed vinyl,
Mhm.
and I think they wanted to make sure I really did.
That's-
They didn't time me, but they watched me the whole time. So
okay.
I guess there's no pressure to people watching me weed anymore after
There you
that.
go. Yeah, I was gonna say that should have already got you prepared then. Where thought I had a whole roll of parchment in here. Well, I'll do the hinge method too then. Not a biggie. I thought I had a full roll, but I guess I must have used it up already.
Can you guys actually explain to the audience what the reverse weeding trick is?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. You want to explain, or you want me to?
I can explain
Actually, yeah,
it
'cause you
because I
already
have
kinda have the pieces.
a
Nice.
piece right here. So I didn't weed out all of the letters on here because I'm going to weed them after I apply it. That way I don't have to worry about any of the little cavities inside of the letters getting slipped away as I'm weeding. So because it's going to adhere really nicely to the acrylic, and then I'll just be able to go through and kind of peel those out of there afterwards.
Nice. So yeah, so reverse weeding, what you're used to commonly seeing is to weed out all the cavities of your design. We're just saving those for last and using that adhesive from that transfer tape or from that whatever transfer you're deciding to use for the project to ensure that all of the, especially like this one right here has really fine lines and really fine detail in it, especially like above the eye and stuff like that in the name. So it's just giving you an opportunity as well to pick up all the pieces without grabbing the rest of the design, as Emily said. All right, perfect. So I'm going to do the hinge as well, I think,
Okay,
just because I thought I had parchment here and I must have thrown it away.
gonna say because I'm ready to go. So
Hey, rock and roll.
Kristen also chimed in and said that she decorated a Yeti with thin script text 6 months after, with 30 plus washes, it was still sticking.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Is that Kristen
Hey.
Senchi?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say she's doing double duty on platforms again.
Emily, before you apply the text weeded, it's not finished weeding. I don't know if you saw that.
yes, that's because I'm gonna reverse weed that part of it. I did that on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Very cool. All right, so what we're doing right now is the hinge method, as you can see that Emily's starting. And basically all we're doing is we're exposing some of our adhesive, and what it's basically allowing us to do is giving us more control on organizing and actually lining up our design to our blank. Whereas typically, if I were to take all of this backing paper off and then I were to try to line it up, it has tendency, because it's flexible, to stick to the acrylic, or with static electricity can have a tendency to like stick down to the acrylic prematurely. And then if we misalign our design, obviously, as you guys know, it can add for a misaligned finished project. So that hinge method works really, really great to just make sure that you can line your project up appropriately, which just gonna make sure I have the right. There we go. And you guys already know that I'm still gonna be off because that's just how it works with me. Okay.
What
And
about,
then, yeah, go ahead.
what about that transfer tape? Have you ever reused it?
Ooh, very good question.
Or do you think it's a one-time use?
So for me, I've been able to use transfer tape. I always tell people, rule of thumb, I don't know if this is your take on it too, so feel free to chime in on that. But I've always used rule of thumb 3 to 5 times to use a transfer tape for pressure sensitive vinyl, because it does lose its adhesion or its tackiness over time. And that just could be problematic for those pieces of your design, especially the fine detail that you want to try to grab up.
Right. For me, I'll use the same piece for one project, see it through, and then after that, I would say it's probably retired after that point, because yes, it does lose that adhesive every time that you use it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's an interesting point too, Ellie Mae chiming in. I actually reverse weed the same way she does, where I pick it all up off the carrier and then weed on the transfer
carrier,
tape.
yeah.
But she's like, I'll have to try this way now, where you actually apply and then pull it off.
See, and that's something that I didn't learn until this job either, reverse weeding. So I think maybe I just made my own way of it.
Yeah.
And this wouldn't be the case for every one of them. And I think that doing it, like you just said, on the transfer tape is more beneficial for certain instances. But for this, since, I'm just doing it on this acrylic, I found that this was the easiest way to go about it.
Yeah, and actually, I went to your method here on these eyes because it seemed like when I was trying to transfer them on the transfer tape itself, they were still giving me a problem just because of how small the cavity is. So the cut's good. It's just sometimes the material. Remember, these cutters also, guys, when you're using like a Romeo and a Juliet, or even some of the Cricut or Silhouette type cutters, which the good news is about all of our products here at Siser is it can be used universally through any cutter or any system that you have. But most importantly is that sometimes the material has limitations as well, where the really, really fine detail that we've added in here, like Emily has gotten it to work flawlessly, but on the second cut for me, it didn't cut exact. So that's another thing too, is playing around with your designs and understanding that sometimes material can have limitations, sometimes the user themselves can have limitations in creating, and sometimes your machines can have limitations. So you got to also work within the confines of that. What's up, Adam?
Question from April over on YouTube. How do you keep the bubbles from forming?
Ooh, do you have a method for that one?
So
Well,
first
you're also
and
used
foremost,
to, maybe you should explain wet application and dry application too, because you guys probably do a lot of wet application.
yes, so there is wet application.
Yeah.
That's pretty common, and it helps to be able to line things up, and it also helps to get rid of those bubbles. But honestly, when it comes to that, first things first, you have to make sure that your substrate is very clean. That's why I didn't remove the film from these up until we were about to start, because that's what protects it from all that debris and scratching and all of that. And once you have a scratch on your substrate, it's hard to avoid that bubbling. But you can just give it a good wipe, and that should take care of it. Second thing is to always start squeegeeing from the center
That's
outwards.
a really good point. Yeah, actually, can you go overhead on that one, Trev, just so she can show that again? But going, from the center out.
Yeah, so you want to start, and as you're laying it down as well, when you're laying it down, you kind of want to scoop it up. Here, I can take one like this, scoop it up like a U, and go outward. So everything you're doing is pushing the air out to the edges.
Nice. Awesome.
Great points. Andrew also chimed in from upstairs and said he finds it easier to lay the PSV transfer tape flat and then actually apply the PSV to the transfer tape, which was interesting because I've never heard anyone do it that way.
Doing like the reverse way. So so taking like your transfer tape sticky side up first and then laying your design down. Yeah, That's actually a really good like pro tip on how to do it.
What about tips for getting rid of bubbles if you have them? I've heard a couple different ways, like using the squeegee method you just mentioned, but I've also heard of people using like pins, like a really tiny pin.
Yes. So I did actually end up with just a few bubbles on my larger project here, but you can't tell anymore because I went through and took, our tweezers are actually sharp enough to get the job done. If you see a bubble, you just very carefully with the smallest hole you can, just pop it and then squeeze that air out through there.
You mean, sorry, weeder. Weeder is sharp enough.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
the weeder.
and then
not the
also
weeders.
too, the nice thing is with if you do have a cutting system that allows you to expose your blade, I also have like a 60-degree blade at my house that, because I use multiple blades for multiple things, but with just a minimal blade exposure, you can give a little poke to those and then squeegee it out, which will allow the air to release. And then once the actual adhesive sets in and becomes more permanent, that'll also help to kind of heal those cavities as well. Oh, cool. You're gonna put that up there? Ooh,
Yes.
as I'm falling all over the place. All right, well that right there, that is our project. That's a really quick, simple project to do, but also really effective. Because just like what you're gonna do with the larger one, these can also just be at a desk, these can be at the house, and kind of be anywhere that you want them to be. And they're travelable.
Portable.
They're portable. Travelable, portable.
I like
Listen,
travelable better.
I'm not Adam, all right? I make my own words up sometimes. I'm not proper enough. All right, anyway, but with that, you guys got to see a really cool technique by a really cool graphic designer, but somebody that also is supplying Leonardo every single day. So all of the designs that you see here are available, exception for, is this one in?
Yep.
Okay, they're all in. Cool, cool, cool. So all of these designs are available in Leonardo. Obviously, as you guys know, we've already told you where you can get kind of the blanks and get the stands from. So with that said, I'm going to go to Anna because she has something to say.
No, we're just talking about the giveaway. Throughout this whole campaign, we've been giving away these projects. I'm wondering if Emily's going to give up her giant wall art. Just kidding. Just kidding. We could probably send a couple of these if you guys can part ways
Yes,
with
so
them.
that's why I swerved to the smaller one, which I think these are really cute.
I do,
Honestly, like
yeah.
I almost like these more as a set than the larger piece. But of course, that's still my baby, and yes, I'm hanging it in my home.
We have extra acrylic blanks, and we have extra things. I guess you guys, because we're doing 2 winners, right? So 2 winners, we might as well complete the set for this one and give them both the full sets.
Yeah.
If you're down, okay, cool. Or if you want to keep them, that's also cool. But
No,
figured we'd just give them a
I
set.
think they look awesome as
Okay.
a set, so
Perfect.
I'm down for that.
Perfect. So we're going to complete this set. So the winner will also get a set of one of each of these sets as well as part of your giveaway. What's up?
Sweet. I was just wondering if your T-shirt's down here anywhere where you can grab.
No, I left it at home.
Oh no!
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
all right.
Well, you guys can actually see her other project on Facebook right now.
Right now. So that means
Yes.
go to Facebook right now and then you can see, well, not right this second. Wait a second until we're done with the live. But you can go over onto Facebook. Obviously, the video will be out there. Anna, really quick, you want to go over giveaway stuff?
Yeah, actually on that post, and maybe Adam can actually share that link right now in the comments on Facebook. You're letting us know which of Emily's favorite color or favorite materials are your favorite. Can you actually talk about the materials that you chose for your favorite materials?
Yes.
Because
so
it's not just PSV.
I did add one PSV to the lineup. I actually use PSV white more often than I use PSV black, so I wanted to make sure that that was within the palette. But the rest of my palette is actually Eco Stretch. And that's one of our newer products.
Yeah.
I love it because it's matte. I
Yeah.
love anything matte. You can see I picked a matte PSV.
Yeah.
That to me is my jam. It's really soft. And again, going on the whole, I try to live an eco-friendly life. So I just felt like that was pretty fitting for me to choose.
I like that. Very, very cool. All right. Do we have any last minute, anything else going around the room? Good, good, good. All right. See how animated they are towards the end because they're answering questions and stuff. So nobody even pays attention to me when they know it's wrap up time. All right. So with that, it's another live, another week. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with us as well. But as you guys already know, if you're looking for the Easy PSV Starling by Avery Dennison, you can reach out to any of our resellers, distributors, and retail partners. If you don't already have one, send us an email to info@caesarna.com. Where you can find the closest location to you, or if you already have someone, or if you're one of our resellers or distributors, one of our partners in here, make sure you're dropping your links as well. I know Ellie, you'll cover Vinyl Spectrum for me, but make sure that we're dropping all the links because folks want to buy this stuff today. They want to get involved. Make sure that you go over to our main page. Obviously, check out the really cool video that was done, and obviously all of the static posts that were done for Emily's Master Crafter Week. And like we say always, we love you. Stay creative, and bye, everybody.